Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition Dungeons
and Dragons show.
Doesn't work quite as well over Zoom. Thank you, everyone. I will have some announcements and a recap for all of you, but before I dive into any of that, we'll go ahead and do a quick round of player introductions.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm playing Embers of White Ash, the Backseat Sun Soul Monk.
Hi, I'm Kay, and I'll be playing Lady Elwyn Amelos, who is an elvish Circle of the Land druid.
Hi, I'm Gabo, and I'm playing Art, the Dragonborn Battlemaster Fighter.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Vert, the Changeling Armor Artificer.
Thank you, everyone. So those announcements, we premiere our episodes on YouTube every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Throughout the show, we use a variety of custom items, custom monsters, custom species, and all of that fun stuff, so be aware of that as you're watching. The character portraits, which you'll see all over the layout eventually once we switch to it, were done by an artist named Zyra Brittany, who goes by @Zylavy on Twitter. If you need a refresher on what's going on in the campaign, you can check out our campaign wiki at World Anvil. And you can check the video and description for links to and info about everything I just mentioned and more, including some links to some trans rights, Black Lives Matter, and Stop Asian Hate resources. We are very close to having social media. We don't quite just yet, so stay tuned. We do have some cool stuff planned for that, and when we have some socials for you to follow, we'll let you know. Other than that, we just hope you enjoy the show, share with your friends, and come back to watch some more. So with all that said, let's roll the intro video. And welcome back. Previously on Antiheroes Anonymous, the former Imperial soldier known as Art escaped Greymantle Penitentiary in the chaos created by the Silver Seekers. He arrived in Amberhearth at the start of the Restoration Festival. What should have been a happy occasion was marred first by violence between rival gangs in the town square, and then by Vert's discovery of Art's past. When the dragon spirit Nyadon learned that Art was once a high-ranking Imperial officer, it took over Vert's body and tried to kill him. Elwyn talked him down, but it led to Vert having to finally share some of his secrets with the rest of the group. The second day of the eventful festival is about to begin. And on that tongue-twistery note, I'll turn things over to the group of you. So you guys had a night together up in the keep. There was a big feast put together by Embers of White Ash. Some meaningful conversations were had. Some guests came over. And at the end of it all, you cleared a space in what used to be a supply closet to be Art's makeshift bedroom. And then the group of you went to sleep. And so if you haven't yet, you can mark a long rest. And if you have already,
Yay, long rest.
so what would you like to do as everyone wakes up in the morning?
Well, we have a lot of festival things to look for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all are ready to head down to the festival.
Okay. Yeah, as you wake up, the recruits are kind of all getting the keep ready to go for day 2 of the haunted house. And they're pretty much going to cover it for most of today, so you don't really have to worry about that. And you make your way down the hill. It's another one of those like very crisp, clear fall days where it's sunny but chilly. Yeah, you can see that the town is already beginning to bustle in these early hours of the morning. Some early festival goers are already getting to the business of attending the festival.
Embers wants to make her way bright and early back to the warden booth.
Of course she does. Yeah, you can do that. Does everyone want to kind of stick together today, or are you going your different ways?
It sounds like Ember's just walked off on her own.
Yeah.
Or did she tell us where she was going?
She would tell you, hey, I want to do this first because, Lavinia said not to come back when it's busy. So maybe early morning would be better.
Would you like some company?
Sure.
All right.
The bigger the crowd, the better.
All right. I'll come with you. I don't know what
me
kind
too.
of accent that is.
I'll join too.
It's
Oh,
early morning Elwyn accent.
Early morning Elwyn has a very thick Elvish accent, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll come along as well. I just need to figure out which disguise I'm using right now.
Okay then. As you're making your way there, do you want to try and roll perception checks to see if you see any of the little plays that you haven't seen yet?
Absolutely.
Is this just a straight D20 or a perception?
Perception check.
Okay. I got a 10.
19.
Okay. Let's
23.
see. Hold on to those numbers in your head and we'll do them one at a time. Zach, do you know if Vert has yet seen a rogue arrested for thievery?
I have not.
Okay, then you can add that one to your list. And then what did Embers get?
27.
27.
That was a natural 20.
You already have a princess slaying a dragon, right?
I think so.
But you got a natural 20, and so that's the highest you can get. So I'm actually going to give you the result for a 30. And so you see something, maybe because of the thinned crowds, and maybe just because you're very much on the lookout for it, you see one that is definitely like set up in a corner and meant to be hard to see. But it's like a big collection of these young rabbit folk children. And they're dressed up in all kinds of different ways. And with that perception check, you realize that they're actually doing like a sort of cosplay of like important figures in the village. So you see a pair of them kind of dressed up in this like joint costume to do like the centaur, Lavinia. Vale. Lavinia is someone else.
Lavinia is the warden.
Yes. She was in the prison. One of them two of them are dressed up in like this joint costume of Lally. There's a Emmeline Foxgrove.
Foxridge.
Man, I cannot with my own names today. Foxridge. And you see all these like influential people in the city, including a couple of the Silver Seekers. And they are basically having a little dance party around one of these speakers that's playing music, dancing around a kind of stoic and slightly angry looking rabbit folk figure who is dressed up as Emperor Stratos. So you can, the one you can cross off your list is a dance contest between, it's a dance contest. Never mind, they're not dancing around him. They're taking turns dancing against him. It's a dance contest between Emperor Stratos and local celebrities.
Incredible.
Yeah. So it's like a full-on dance-off.
How did they expect to hide this one in a corner of the town?
I don't know, but they're doing it. It's the hardest one to find. Who else haven't we heard from? Elwyn, how'd you do?
23.
23. Do you already have a horse on trial for murder?
No.
Then that's the one you see.
Nice.
And then Art?
I got a 19.
19, that's pretty good. Have you seen the new mechanical back massager?
No.
Okay, then that's the one you see. And Vert, you're not the one who sees this, but the back massager has stopped vibrating at this point.
Dang it. I wish I saw it again. It wouldn't have stopped.
So that means that Art, Embers, and Elwyn are all still tied for this event
Nice.
at 6 each.
Do I have 6?
Mm-hmm.
I only have 5 marked off.
Well, maybe I miscounted.
Did I miss one?
Or I added an extra.
I mean, I'll take an extra point, but
Okay, and then yeah, you eventually arrive at the. Let's see, where is the?
we're going to the Warden's one.
Which is not far from Hearth Hall, kind of the center of the town. And yeah, they're really just setting up these dunking booths again, and the warden commander has not even yet. Lavinia Cherry Cheeks. That's why Lavinia was in my head.
Yep.
The warden commander Lavinia Cherry Cheeks is not even yet soaked from the dunk tank yet. She's just kind of like wrapped up in like a warm coat, trying to stay warm while she can.
I'll greet her. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, you're back to be the first one, I see. All right.
Is our deal still on?
Remembering correctly, you want to get up there and give me a chance to throw the balls at the lowest difficulty?
Yeah. In exchange
Okay.
for, I get one more free shot at highest.
Yeah, sounds fair to me.
All right.
So she kind of gestures to the dunking booth, and the seat is just sitting there open.
Ember's motions to her. You first.
Oh, okay. We got to do it like that. All right. Yep. Okay. She goes and climbs on up and gets in the seat, hands one of the wardens her big coat, kind of braces herself, and then I'll remind you the highest difficulty.
I gotta
It's
get a 20.
a moving target guarded by 3 wardens with shields. Yep. So you're making a
Like a straight dex check, right?
yep d20 roll plus dex.
Okay. See if I can hit this. It's a natural 20.
Oh snap! Okay, tell me
Hell
about it
yeah.
then. Elaborate, please.
Oh yeah.
I think that y'all know that Embers is fast, but and like the wardens here, like the hardest difficulty setting, have all like defended against this before yesterday. Like they slipped up twice, but the third time they caught on. This time, I don't think any of you even see Embers throw. It's just that fast. It's like before you, like in the time it takes to blink, Embers has wound up and done her shot, and it goes dead center in the target.
Yep, and no one else even sees the throw because it's that fast. But Embers, as you're watching that beanbag connect with its target, like you swear you can see like a little bit of that sunlight gleam from your radiant attacks that you can fire, just kind of like streaking along behind the beanbag as it goes. And yeah, it strikes dead center, and with a Lavinia is just plunged into the tank. And she comes back up just like gasping and sputtering. I didn't even, no one even said go yet.
Oh, was that supposed to wait? Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. And she like climbs on out.
All right. Embers takes her position in the chair.
To the rest of you, and just kind of like gives like a raised eyebrow look, just to kind of gauge how the rest of you are feeling about this whole deal.
You want us to roll deception? Let me see
yeah,
what I got.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Are people looking amused?
So
or?
Tim is purposefully looking worried for Embers.
Okay.
I'm thinking about Elwyn right now, and I think she's just entertained. Like, not smug, not like, yeah, I think she's just like, oh, that was really, really good, Empress. Ha ha ha. Nice work. Oh. Ethan, your mic keeps cutting out.
Yeah.
We see your lips moving and we can't hear you.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I moved it closer to my lips. Hopefully,
if it's matcha screeching, your noise canceling might be thinking your bird.
I think I might have just been talking too quietly, and so it wasn't picking it up. Anyways,
Yep.
Let me know if that does continue. But for now, I'll just keep going. I was a dummy and didn't pick out a stat block for Lavinia, is what I was saying. So I'm just gonna grab the knight stat block. I guess that's fine. Dex plus 0 looks like. Target. She's fishing for a DC 8. And she rolls a 5.
Yeah, I think Embers is just sitting in the seat, not saying anything, just like a very smug grin on her face.
Yeah, and Lavinia, like she sees the ball go awry, and she just goes, "Yeah, who could have seen that coming?" All right, well there you go, Embers. I had my shot.
No, you get 2 more.
Oh, I get to do all 3?
Yeah,
Okay,
that was the
mind if I
deal.
do. And she, like, as she's saying, "Don't mind if I do," she throws the next ball, and this one is dead on target. And as it hits the target, the dunk tank seat comes out from under you, and you're plunged into water. But you're wearing your new robe.
I am wearing my new robe. Embers climbs out of the tank, completely dry, and untouched by the water, and just sort of like dusts herself off and says, "All right, one left."
I have a question though about wild magic. So I'm going to roll a d20 each time you get wet in this robe.
Oh my god, yeah.
Do you want it to be a 1 and a 20 triggers wild magic, or just a 1?
I think just a 1.
Okay, then no wild magic happens. I rolled a 20. Once you're back up there, Lavinia like instantly throws again, and this one is also dead on target. So you're plunged back into the water, and there's no wild magic. So you climb out completely dry.
And Embers just hops out of the tank and gives a little bow.
She just shakes her head at you. I mean, good one. It was fun anyways.
It was. Enjoy the rest of the festival.
Yeah, you too. And as you're walking away, if you look back, you can see that Lavinia is just kind of like commiserating with the other Imperial Wardens there about what just happened. Did anyone else want to actually, while you're there? Because I think Embers is the only one who has actually thrown for this event. Oh no, Art did as well.
I tried it. Yeah.
Does anyone else want to try throwing for it?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Tim?
No thanks. Dex is not Tim's strong suit.
Okay.
Can't you just use your intelligence instead?
Yeah.
Technically, yes, but I will not.
I mean, I feel like Lavinia's had enough. She's been picked on enough by the Silver Seekers at this point. We just should walk away.
Honestly, you guys have been a very small part of her festival experience. She was dunked all day yesterday. So it's probably, I mean, it wouldn't be any big deal if it weren't Embers, honestly.
I think, we're just gonna walk away from that one.
Okay. Where to then?
I really wanted to check out the Farmers Guild and what they have? Have we checked them out yet?
No, I don't think you have.
No.
Yeah,
Not yet.
I think so. I think, yeah, Ellen will say to the group, like, hey, I really wanted to check out the Farmers Guild if y'all are okay with it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go
sounds lovely.
see if Lally's running a booth or something.
So the Farmers Guild has two things going on. One of them is not really so much an event, but Vert already kind of enjoyed it, which was the petting zoo that they've got going out on one side of the city. But they also have set up in a different location a harvest cart race. So as you approach the fields east of the city, you see that there are members of the Farmers Guild, just pretty much local farmers for the most part. And yeah, Lally's among them, are setting up these like horse-drawn carts and just absolutely burdening these carts with like tons and tons of harvested produce. And you can see that there's a little bit of like an obstacle course set up with them.
Well, that looks like fun.
I'm definitely doing this.
Yes.
These are
I
the
want to try this.
first run carts.
Mm-hmm.
Embers wants no part of this.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in.
I'm in.
All right. Well, as you approach, Lally kind of catches your eye and waves big, just this huge wave with a really broad smile. And she comes over and says, well, hey, guys, you want to be in our first race of the day?
Well, sure. How does it work?
Well, let me read my rules so I can remember.
Also, Ethan, I didn't know if you want to play music during these segments, but
He
You
is
want me to
guys-
play?
playing
Not been
music.
hearing music?
It's a good thing
hear
I
it.
checked because I'm not hearing anything. Let me refresh Roll20.
That's a shame. Music's been going this whole time.
Yeah, it's been going the whole time.
Yeah, I'm like, this is very quiet. Maybe it's just me.
Hi, Shani, you're in.
All right, we're good now.
Okay. Phew. Listeners, enjoy music from this point forward. Yeah, Lally kind of like points to the carts and says, well, each of you is going to get one of those horse-drawn carts, and you're going to have to run the obstacle course with it. And then we'll kind of score you at the end based on a mix of time and how much produce you manage to keep in the cart and keep from spilling out. Sound good?
Sounds thrilling.
Well, all right. I'll get the first 3 carts ready. And she kind of leads you over to 3 of these horse-drawn carts.
I'll warn you right now. Horses and I, we have a very strong relationship. There's no way y'all gonna beat me.
Well, the way that this is going to play out, mechanics-wise, your horse skill will come in handy because you'll need to make 3 checks. One of them is animal handling. One of them is perception to kind of see the obstacles coming and avoid them. And then each of you will get to choose a 3rd skill of your choice, and you just kind of have to tell me how that comes into play. So things that I can think of are like stealing produce from another player's cart, or physically jostling others, intimidating racers into giving you space, things like that. So you just have to tell me what you want to do and what skill you want to use for it.
I'm gonna while she's getting the race set up, I'm gonna ritual cast Speak with Animals.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you can have advantage when you do the animal handling check.
I will say part of me was like, I was like, can Art just pull the cart himself?
Do you want to ask Lally about that? She's
Yeah.
I'll remind you, she's like that bubbly centaur with like the not overalls, but like a what is the thing that you tie in that apron? There we go. She's got an apron full of like gardening tools. If you approach her and ask her that, she'll say, well, that's a really unusual request. No one's asked that before. But I guess, why not? If you think you can pull faster than a horse, sure. Who am I to say no? It's all about fun anyways.
That's a good point. I don't think I can pull faster than a horse.
Okay. Instead of making a animal handling check, when you do it, you can make an athletics check.
Okay.
What's your strength score?
+5. It's 20, so plus
It's
5.
20. Okay. I was gonna give you disadvantage, but I think that's a higher strength score than like a cart horse has. Let's find out. That'd probably be like a draft horse, right? Strength of 18. Yeah, that's more than a horse has. So
Hell yeah!
I'm not going to give you disadvantage on the check to pull the cart yourself. Because you're stronger than a horse.
Built different.
Okay.
Probably a lower running speed, though, I would imagine. Or
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But he's gonna have fun with it.
I'm not going to worry about that because
Okay.
part of it is the obstacles, part of it is the balance of the cart. So there's there's a lot that's going into this besides running speed. All right. Then Lally unhitches one of the horses from the cart. And then lines 3 up. Art, you take your position kind of between the two yokes, I want to say they're called. I don't know what you grab the cart. Words are really failing me tonight. I don't know what to tell you guys.
So is that still Art's cart, or is it someone else's cart, and now we replaced a horse with him?
We're putting the art before the horse.
Got it. Okay.
Oh my god.
And Lally basically raises a flag and drops it, and you're off to the races.
Before we start, like as we go up to the cart, Ellen will take a second to introduce herself to her horse. She'll go up and like hold out her hand and say, "Well, hello there. You are an attractive horse."
Thank you very much. You are a strange-looking human, as they all are.
What kind of elf are you?
I can imagine we all look pretty much the same to you. My name is Elwyn. May I ask what your name is?
Sugar. They call me Sugar.
Sugar. Oh, we're gonna make quite the team, Sugar.
Oh, I hope so. This will be fun. I've had much fun with this.
Well, that's great.
Watch out for the pumpkin cannons.
The pumpkin cannons. Oh, thanks for the warning. And whatever you need from me as we're going through the race, you don't hesitate to tell me because I can understand every word you say.
Yeah, and the horse kind of blusters some more.
And then I'm like, oh, I think I might have, and I pull out some of the berries from yesterday. I have a couple berries left.
Delicious.
You want them? Here you go. All right. And I get them.
What does a horse sound like?
Guess what? I have this
That's what
spell
they sound
prepared
like.
all the time now, so get used to it. I'm going to be talking to all the animals.
Sounds good. Yeah, the horse gleefully eats up these berries. They're good berries, right? Do they have any kind of like...
No, I think they were just from the boxes yesterday.
right,
I don't
that's right.
remember if they were like raspberries or blueberries or what kind of berries we found in the...
Yeah, the horse just gobbles them up,
Yep.
remarking about how delicious they are. And then kind of goes back to talking about how strange creatures that have 2 legs look. Things like that.
And I'll commiserate with him for a bit. And I'm like, oh, the race is going to start. Let's do our best. Get in
and
the
then-
cart.
Lally drops the flag, and we're off.
We're off.
So I need an animal handling check from Elwyn at advantage, from Vert, not at advantage, and I need an athletics check from Art.
Oh, yeah. That would be
I need my magnifying glass because I'm using my tiny dice. Hold on.
24.
Ooh. Not bad. 27.
Wow. I got a dirty 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's a rather close race at the start as you kind of dash out into this obstacle course. And the first thing you're kind of having to go through is this like section of field that is just like covered with it's just like dotted with barrels here and there, and you're having to like weave in between barrels. With each kind of tight turn you take, a little bit of produce kind of like slops out the side. Just like ears of corn, sticks of carrots. It's just like they're rolling all over the place. But so far it's off to a very, very good start. The next check that I need from everyone is the perception check to see the kind of obstacles you've got coming.
How bright is it today?
It's still morning. I won't give you your disadvantage.
I appreciate that.
Perception, dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay.
22.
What was that?
22.
22?
10.
Oh.
Oh no.
Vert, as you enter the next leg of the obstacle course, one of the obstacles that you're having to contend with is the aforementioned pumpkin cannons. There are these kind of like wooden cannon contraptions that are set up with like spring-loaded mechanisms to just launch these pumpkins towards the carts, and one of them takes your cart like full in the side, and just a whole ton of your produce falls out. But not only that, like it veers you off course, and it takes a little while to get the horse back onto course.
We're taking in pumpkin! Trying to like drive it back on course.
And then the three of you come out into the final leg of this course, and you can just see that there is basically a group of the members of the Farmers Guild who are just like herding sheep in the course, and you're going to have to weave between all of these sheep.
Can I use my nature check to kind of gauge the sheep's, like, anticipate the sheep's behavior? Did Ethan freeze?
Yeah, he's present.
Somehow I lost all audio after. Can I?
Yeah. Can I use a nature check to kind of anticipate the sheep's movements and behavior to try and avoid them?
That is something I would say you can do. Yeah.
Yes. And can I also, as part of that, be shouting at the sheep to get out of the way? Because they can understand me. We've lost Ethan again.
Yep, he's just
Again, I lost everything.
staring at
after.
us.
Can I also?
Well, so as part of this check, can I be also speaking to the sheep and telling them to get out of the way? Since
Yeah, you can definitely do that. And they're just like, bah, run away, the cart! No!
Does that give me advantage?
No, I'm not going to give you advantage since you already benefited from that.
Okay, all right, that's fine. 29.
Oh shit.
I need my calculator at this point.
That's incredible.
I warned you. This is my task.
That's what on the die?
That was an 18.
Nice.
And then Art, what you gonna do?
I intimidate the sheep to get out of my way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I'm big and I'm carrying a big cart, just maybe like even spit a little fire, you know, make them get out.
Growling a little bit, spitting a bit of fire, and just like. All right, yeah.
Oh, that's not that high. 13.
Oh, okay, that's not that high. I can do this math in my head.
No, you froze.
Oh no! The
I'm
the
back.
suspense is real.
Bert, what do you want to do?
Wait, we didn't hear about what happened with Pablo, did we?
Oh, no, I didn't narrate it. You're right. You rolled your check, I got the result, and then I didn't narrate.
And then you froze for like
The suspense. I was like,
15
oh, no.
seconds. You were like, what happened?
Yeah, you're charging towards the sheep, you're spitting a little bit of fire, and they're starting to get out of your way. The like farmers are like diving in to try and like pull the sheep out of the way. They're getting them with like the shepherd's crooks. But I think maybe you singe a little bit of one of their fur, and
Oh no!
Elwyn, you can just hear the sheep go, "Oh no! Fire! Fire! Run faster!" And they all just like part before art.
Oh no.
And then Bert, what's the plan?
So this check is about dodging sheep, but also trying to get an advantage, right?
Yeah, you could make it about dodging the sheep, or you could use some other skill to try and get an advantage in another way.
I think what I'd like to do is follow in the wake of one of these two who seems to know what they're doing, because clearly I don't. And I'm going to use sleight of hand to steal some of their produce.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I completely forgot about the produce aspect of it, honestly.
All right, I got a 21.
Okay. Whose cart are you trying to steal from?
Let me roll on this. Elwyn is odd. Art
If
is
you
even.
steal from my cart, you were sleeping on the couch tonight.
Well, I rolled a 2, so I steal from
There you
Art's.
Okay. Roll a d6 for me.
Okay,
This turned into Mario Party so fast.
I got it. I said the boo after. I rolled a 3.
Okay. Art, I'm deducting 3 from your score here.
That's fair.
As
He not only said the boo after someone, he picked random.
He picked random, yeah, because he
Yeah.
didn't want to be liable.
Chaos.
The worst.
It wasn't me.
yeah, so you bring your horse up kind of close to Art's, and you're kind of like in the wake of it, and you have to like really lean out of your cart to get to the produce, but you manage to grab a couple handfuls of like corn and potatoes and things like that, and just load them into the back of your cart to make up for what you've spilt.
Cool.
And with that, the three of you cross the finish line with Elwyn in the lead, Art coming a little ways behind, and then Vert bringing up the rear. Yeah, and you find out that with all the produce measured, with the times considered, Elwyn is the far and away winner of this event.
Yay!
I think Ellen is just kind of brushing her skirt off very smugly. It's like,
Lally comes up and she's like, "Now, this is the best score we've seen this entire time. That was incredible."
Oh, well, you know, Sugar was really a good boy.
it was all him.
Well, yes, I mean, he did great, but also like very good guidance. I mean, Sugar can be obstinate. That was well done. And then she turns to Art and says, "I don't know if we've had the pleasure of meeting yet. I'm Lally, but you also did very well, very high in the rankings for the festival so far."
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for accommodating my kind of unorthodox request.
It was
fun.
very impressive.
And I think Art will like, after he's done talking to her, he's gonna go try to find that sheep that he accidentally singed and apologize to it.
I mean, it's
Like-
easy to find because it's the one with the scorch mark on its wool.
No, he says, "I'm so sorry," and like feeds it. I don't know what a sheep eat, grass or something
roll
that's
an-
around.
Animal handling check.
Oh no. Oh, that's not too bad. Hold on. That's 15.
Okay. It sees you coming and it goes bah! And like starts to like run away from you. But you offer forth the grass, and it kind of turns and sees the grass in your hand, and it goes bah! As if it's gonna like turn and run away again. But then it looks back at the grass, and you can kind of see its mouth begin to water, and it just slowly comes your direction, and then angrily takes the grass out of your hand and just like munches it really fast and then runs away.
That's fair. He just yells after it, "I'm sorry!"
Yeah, Tim is just like brushing off like pumpkin flesh from his, getting shot by cannons. He's like, oh my gosh. First thing in the morning. Ugh. Kind just grunting and like complaining. He's got some in my boots. He's like grumpy about it.
That tracks.
And I did forget to check if you guys saw anything on the way here, if you wanted to roll that perception check.
Yeah. Oh, that's low. 11.
Low isn't necessarily a bad thing. You just get a different set of things. Have you seen, at this point, a rogue arrested for thievery?
I don't think so. I'm gonna have to confirm. I don't think so.
All right, you check on that, and we will check everybody else.
Where are we headed to now?
Oh, this is just the perception check that I forgot to have you make on the way to the farmers event. Yep.
I got a dirty 20.
20. Have you seen a horse on trial for murder?
Yes.
Then you see a repeat, unfortunately.
Okay.
I got a 21.
21 is also, it's still a horse on trial for murder, which I believe you've seen.
Yes, I have.
I also got a 21, and I'm pretty sure I've also seen that.
Let me see, how many of these are there? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 total. Yeah, you guys are, most of you have seen 6 of them.
Can I choose to fail so I can get a really low roll on the next one?
Choose
No.
roll at disadvantage.
No.
All right. Well, that was fun.
I don't think I'd seen the. You said horse on trial.
You had a rogue arrested for thievery.
Rogue arrested for thievery. No, I don't think I'd seen that.
I will add that to your number. Art takes the lead at 7 of these. Yeah. There's very few you haven't seen at this point. And then I'll also remind you that at each of these places, there's one of those trading booths, if you wanted to try that.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Sure.
I don't even remember what I have anymore.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Did you have the blood now?
The what?
The blood?
The dragon's, blood?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I think I do.
I should have made easier ways to track all these things, but hey. Okay. So Embers, you wanted to make an attempt?
Sure. And she's using her exact same strategies always. It's working for her so far. Why change?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And this is a perception check? Or no, the persuasion check. I don't know why I said perception.
Yes, it is I believe, a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh, it's a charisma check of your choice, if that helps.
Oh, perfect. Let's see. I could do deception at -2. I could do intimidation at -2. I could do performance at -2, or I could do persuasion at -2.
Okay, well, I mean, take your pick.
I think we'll stick with persuasion.
Okay.
And I rolled a 9, so I think this is the hammiest, least convincing version of, I don't think there's anything you have that is better than what I already have.
The person who is manning this booth is like a short halfling man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like clearly not a farmer, but he's dressed up as a farmer. And I say clearly not a farmer because he's got like well manicured hands, and like his face is all like nice and cleanly shaven and like all of that. He doesn't look like he's worked in the fields is what I'm getting at, but he's like dressed up as a farmer to match the station. And he kind of sees that and he just wrinkles his nose at your attempt to persuade him. And I need to find out what this guy has to offer. So let me roll a D100 real quick to see what you guys are trading for. Okay, I forgot to let's see. Okay, so that's that. Great. He has a blank book whose pages refuse to hold ink, chalk, graphite, or any other marking. So just a useless blank book.
Incredible. I'll try. We'll try persuasion. Dirty 20.
Oh, wow. What is it that you have at this point? Do you remember?
Lucky. I have the silver raven statue. So I'll just be like, why keep a useless book when you can have this beautiful, one-of-a-kind statue of a raven, the coolest of birds? Like,
One of a kind, you say?
yeah.
And of a raven?
Mm-hmm.
That could be useful. Perhaps I could place it on my farm, as I am a farmer, and get the birds to gather in a certain location that is not my crops.
Absolutely.
One of a kind, you say?
One of a kind indeed.
Yeah, he will trade with you.
Yeah.
So you now have the blank book.
I'll give it a go. 2
Mhm.
when he's done. And I will come up with this fan that I have that has a winking cat on it. And I'll be fanning myself and I say, you know, it is supposed to be quite hot today. I don't know how that little raven statue is going to keep you cool, but this comes all the way from Daegu. It's one of a kind. It's an antique, hand painted.
Yeah, you have his interest.
Persuasion check. Oh no. Oh, I thought it was a 1, but it's not. It's a 7. They look very close though, but that's 15 total.
As you say, like, it's supposed to be quite
Nope.
warm today.
14 total.
Oh, 14 total.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, sorry, I started narrating as if that was a bad result, but that's enough to clear it.
Yeah, well, I said 7 on die, and then I was like, yeah, sorry. 14.
So that's quite good.
Yep. Hey.
Yeah, he kind of like looks at you fanning yourself with this, and he looks real close at the fan and he says, hand painted and antique. And he hands you the silver raven statue. Very impressed by that.
You've made quite a good bargain today.
I'm also
Silver
going to
raven
try.
statue? Is that what it was?
Yeah, a silver raven statue. Bert, what are you offering for trade?
So I thought I added to my sheet. I guess I thought it was wasn't it like a branch or something? We had like 2 bird related items. And I think there was like a feather.
A feather. Yeah, you had
okay.
a feather.
Okay.
Bright green feather.
Yeah. So I go up to him and I am like, not sure how much a fan's gonna do when it's about to rain. You might want this instead.
Now, what would I do with a feather if it's going to rain?
And he winks at him. He winks at him.
He's looking at you quizzically, but as you wink, roll the persuasion or performance or intimidation, whatever you want.
I just rolled a
Whatever
natural
charisma
20.
check.
I just rolled a natural 20. Deception, I guess. I don't know.
When you wink, you see
Yeah.
this man's heart skip a beat.
Oh no.
And he blushes a little.
Yeah.
And he just takes your feather silently and hands you what did he?
The fan. I think.
The fan, yeah.
I think he like takes it and like hides part of his face with it. He's like, "I'll see you later," and then he walks off. Oh, he cut out.
Incredible.
We can't hear you.
Hey.
That was amazing.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. There
Yep.
we go. My audio device switched for some reason.
Weird.
Computer issues today.
Yeah.
Anyways, his eyes just go wide. Is all I was saying.
Okay.
As you leave.
Yeah.
I think
So, yeah.
as Vert leaves, Ember says, "Now wait a second. You three all just sort of switched what you were carrying. This whole trading thing, it all kind of stayed within us. Can I trade my thing for one of yours? Will that count?"
I don't know. Because I think don't we have to trade with the merchants?
I guess. Okay.
But now we have a bug.
Isn't that how we keep score? I don't know.
The merchants are the ones keeping score. Like,
Yeah.
each time you do a successful trade, one of them marks it off in a ledger that they have.
Mine has like a heart on it now.
Mm-hmm.
Anamadu.
I have the score for that one as 2 for Embers, 2 for Elwyn, 2 for Art, and 1 for Vert.
Yeah.
All right. So what booths have we not been to yet?
Let's take a look. You did the Imperial Warden's dunking booth. You did the Fox Ridge family's fox hunt. You did the Farmers Guild harvest cart race. You've been engaging in the Merchants and Traders Guild's trading game. There's the Miners Guild. You haven't done the photo booth, which isn't really an event, but you can get photos taken, so that's great. Let's see. You haven't done the Battle of the Amateur Bards.
Oh yeah. Wait, did you say Miners Guild?
Mm-hmm.
We have not done that one yet.
No, and you haven't done Cultivation's Altars event. They're the group of like the temple to Paylor within the city.
Right. That's Heskin
Kimbatul.
Kimbatul.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, can you tell I dug up my notes on Amber Hearth?
Me too. Me too.
Between this episode and last week, I was like, hey, I have a list of names now. All right. Do you want to do the Miners Guild next, or should we go visit Cultivation's Altar?
Do the Miners Guild next.
Yeah, let's do the Miners Guild. Last I remember, I don't think Hesketul, what was his name?
Heskin Kimbatul.
Heskin. I don't think Heskin likes us very much.
How come?
What gave you that impression?
Don't you remember he was one of the few to vote against us being included on the council?
Sure, but that could mean a lot of things. Maybe it's not
guess.
personal. And it may win us some points to show up at his booth.
That's true. Maybe we should go there first. The Miners Guild is sort of out of the way.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Is that all right with everyone? All right.
Yeah, sure.
Cultivation's Altar, and then we'll go out to the Miners Guild. Gonna look for more
Oh,
bunny vignettes
Yeah.
along the way.
yeah. Look,
Make those perception checks. I'm
Some
just
more-
trying to remember.
I keep rolling like the same number for these.
me too.
It's a problem.
I'll allow a re-roll this time for anyone who rolls the same number.
I rolled an 18, but I believe earlier was a 19. So is that still within the same range?
Sorry, I was trying to figure out why Heskan Kimbatul voted against you. Because I didn't remember that. So I was trying to figure that out from my notes. Okay, let's see. We need the results for the Hearth Herald. 18 and 19 are the same result. They're the mechanical back massager.
Okay, I'm a re-roll then.
I need to roll that again.
Well, what did you roll, Vert?
Only a 10.
Okay, a 10. In fact, rather than there's 3 possible options for a 10. And rather than rolling, as I've been doing at this up to this point, I will just say if you haven't seen any of these, then you see that one.
Okay.
Have you seen a wizard duel?
No.
Okay, you see that one.
Easy peasy. I got a 24.
24 is again a horse on trial for murder. This one
Yeah.
picked up and moved locations, and it's
Like
the exact same
number I
path
rolled
that you
last
took.
time. Yeah, exactly the same one. That's
So,
fine.
on reroll, I got a. Wait, I can math. What's 8 plus 5? 13.
13. Okay, there's 3 options for this one. Have you seen a bard serenading a goblin king?
I don't think so.
Okay, then you see that one.
Because someone else has seen that, right?
Someone has seen it.
I saw that one.
Yeah. I don't think I've
Very
seen that one.
foolishly, I haven't been keeping track. So
Yeah. Okay, sweet.
And then Embers, did you look too?
I also got a 13.
13. So have you seen the bard serenading the goblin king?
I cannot remember.
I'm
It's
just gonna.
it's in my notes somewhere, but I'd have to look it up.
The other options are a food fight between 2 kobolds and an adventurer in gold. Oh, that one's new. We'll give you this one.
Okay.
You see a rabbit folk dressed up in what is just like the most stereotypical looking like adventurer's clothing. It's like leather armor with like maybe a chainmail shirt over top, and they've got a sword and a shield. And they are. How do they want to represent this? They've built like this metal frame of metal rods, and then put this like filmy see-through material all around this frame that forms kind of like a cube-like shape, and they are just pretending to be an adventurer engulfed in a gelatinous cube. So you can check an adventurer engulfed in a gelatinous cube off your list.
Gotcha.
The only note I have about Heskin is that he voted against us and that Embers chatted with him after the meeting, but I didn't write down what you guys talked about. Great notes. Moving on.
I would love to find in my notes why he voted against you. I'm sure there was a reason.
Well, that'll maybe come up. Maybe we just go and ask him right now. Find out.
Oh, the face Ethan's making.
I know, the face Ethan's making is great.
I have his vote on a totally different vote recorded, but not on the vote for when you came here. Maybe it's in this note.
Maybe you just needed someone else to vote against us to make it dramatic.
I can't find it. He did, for some reason, vote against you.
Yep.
Okay, so sorry, I totally lost the thread as I was trying to figure out this thing that I've totally
That's all right.
forgotten
We are
about.
headed to Cultivation's altar to check out their booth.
Okay, their booth is set up on the south side of the city, and there's a big sign that is set up in front of a field of stalks of corn, and it just like it's kind of like a wooden arch, and then the wording of the sign is at the very top of it, and it's painted with the words "the maze," but maze is of course spelled with an I. And it is a corn maze.
Great. This looks like fun.
Yeah.
Also of note, not really necessarily relevant to the group of you here, but there's like a little medical tent set up here, where anyone who has any sort of like medical injury during the festival seems to be coming, like people who have, I don't know, gotten slivers or like stayed out in the sun or like drank too much or whatever. Anyone who has any sort of like medical incident seems to be coming here for treatment. But that's totally separate from the corn maze. I just thought I'd note it.
All right. We'll look for someone in charge of the event.
Well, you don't see Heskin himself.
I didn't expect to.
Yeah, he's rather elderly.
Yes.
And doesn't necessarily have the stamina and physique to be out running an event all day. But there are
don't I remember that he used a wheelchair?
No, he's pushing Emmeline in one.
I was pushing Emily. Okay.
Emmeline is the one who uses a wheelchair. Okay. But yeah, Heskin is very elderly. I think he's got a cane, but yeah, he's not out here running the event. There's younger clerics and things like that are here. And one of them can kind of get you set up. As you approach, they will outline the event. Well, what we have here is it's a corn maze with the crops that we've helped grow all year round. Not specifically for this event, but make do with what we have. You're trying to get the fastest time through the maze, but I'll warn you, it's very confusing in there. So don't be worried if it takes you a long time to get through.
All right. Where do we start?
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
There's like this corridor cut into the maze, and as you look at it, this cornfield seems to go on for a long ways. It is a big maze.
Great.
Okay. So the way that this works mechanically, once you've entered the maze, you'll have to make a survival check to try and find the correct path out of the maze. Each check represents 5 minutes of walking. The DC starts at a certain level, and on a success, you manage to successfully get through the maze. On a failure, you make another check and the DC reduces. And this continues on and on until you get out of the maze, basically.
Great.
And then do let me know if you get a natural 20, because something special does happen if you get a 20.
Okay.
Wait.
As if we wouldn't ever let you know.
Who all is going through?
Me.
I'm going. Are we going as a group, or do we
That
go
was my
individually?
question.
They're going to kind of stagger you so that you go individually, and you've got basically a different person timing each one of you.
All right. Best of luck to each of you.
Yeah. See you on the other side.
Yeah. Great. Let's go.
Okay. Let's have those survival checks then. Who wants to go first?
Natural 20.
Oh, snap.
Oh shit!
What does that add up to?
25.
Okay. That is exactly the DC you need to get out of the maze.
Damn.
Wait. So do you just need a 25 to get out of the maze?
Yes.
Okay, I also rolled a 20.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
Not
Maybe
not
I-
that 20.
How did I set this DC too low? 25?
What's your bonus to survival? That's insane.
It's that +7.
Oh,
Okay.
so you rolled just
Nice.
really high.
I rolled really well.
Both of you managed to get out of the maze. Actually, relatively quickly. As you're kind of going through, start to begin to see the pattern to the corridors and things like that. Elwyn, you see it faster than Embers does, though, because with a natural 20, the time is reduced by 2 minutes.
Nice.
So rather than taking a full 5 minutes for your check, you take 3 minutes.
Nice. That makes sense, though. Like, Druid.
Embers, it takes you 5 minutes to get out of the maze, but that's still an insanely fast time.
And Elwyn's already out there
Damn.
like, oh, hi. Hi, Embers. I think she holds her hand up for a high five. We did it.
Embers gives you the weakest, limpest high five.
Oh, come on. Don't be sour about this. The plants can speak to me.
Yeah, but I'm really fast. Anyway, good job.
Good job to you, too. Let's see how much longer it takes those other fools to come out
Yeah.
and meet us.
Yeah, I got an 18 total. Oh, we can't hear you.
Did your mic switch again?
Let's find out.
Oh.
Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it was just too far away from my mouth. Anyways, 18 total, you said?
Yeah.
So your first check takes you about 5 minutes. You spend 5 minutes kind of trying to get oriented in this maze. You get a little bit lost, a little bit turned around. You find yourself back where you started at one point. You are still stuck within the maze at the end of the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
How about Vert?
Yeah, so I think Tim, he's like, I'm quite good at these. And he walks in there. I rolled a 2.
Okay, but not in
Plus 2. So I got a 4 for my first roll. He's walking in all hot stuff like mazes, schmazes.
but not a natural 1 though, so that's good. I realized there is also something for a natural 1. So
Oh, I'll get there. Don't you worry.
Vert, at some point you realize you've totally left the path and you're in a totally unintended area of the maze and you have to backtrack and find your way back to the path.
So do I have like one of those like, clerics or whatever you said with me, like walking with me, timing me, or is it like they just start the timer and then wait for me to finish?
They start the timer and then wait for you to finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They probably like go around the maze to the end of it to kind of greet you there. Yep. Okay, I need another check from both of you who are still stuck in the maze.
No, that was worse.
Oh no.
13.
Art, 10 minutes have passed and you still can't, like, you're getting turned around, you find your way.
In hindsight,
You're in
Go
like a
ahead.
bit of a loop. There's this section of the maze that kind of loops and you decided to like keep taking left turns and you've just found yourself in a circle over and over and over again.
Yeah, that tracks.
in hindsight, you begin to wonder how you made it to Amberhearth to begin with.
Literally.
I got a 15.
So the DC has been reducing for each check, but not enough for that to work. So yeah, Vert, you're back on the right track, but these corridors are confounding you. Like this corn is so tall, and your current persona is a shorter dwarf man.
Yeah.
And it's just like
How about
the
just pass art?
just going opposite directions.
Yeah, we just like pass each other like, oh,
Wait.
it's definitely this way.
No,
You know?
it's definitely this way. What do you mean?
Do yourself, loser. Walks off.
DC drops again.
Again. 16? Please?
DC is not quite that low. How about Vert?
Natural 1.
Yes!
Great. This next leg of searching through the maze, you are completely turned around. You find yourself back at the start 3 separate times. Rather than taking 5 minutes, this section takes 10 minutes for you. Elwyn
Okay.
and Embers, Vert has been in there for 20 minutes.
Well, and Art hasn't come out yet.
We'll see if Art makes it out. Art, can I just have a check from you?
Oh no.
Can I use my inspiration?
Do you have inspiration?
I never used it.
Okay, then sure.
What'd you roll?
I had rolled an 8. Okay, this is a 19.
Okay.
Plus 5, 24. Please, get me out of here.
You do make it out of the maze after 20 minutes.
Okay.
And we'll see if Vert can make it out.
Hang on a second. I need to show
In
you
25
something.
minutes.
I need to show you something. Like,
Is it another natural
tell
one?
me what? Can you see this number on this dice that I just rolled?
Yeah.
Is that a
like
one?
Yeah, it's a 1.
Oh my
Again?
gosh. Vert has been in there for 30 minutes.
Oh no. I think at this point, Elwyn's kind of
So
like.
I'm gonna roll a.
Elwyn, sorry, before you do that, Zach, Elwyn, do you want to talk to the corn?
I mean, how could I refuse? No, I was gonna say, like, at this point, she's kind of starting to fidget, and she's like saying to Ember's, like, do you think we ought to go in there and get him? He's been gone a long time.
I'm kind of bored.
Let's see.
The clerics who are doing the timing have brought you all bags of popcorn, though.
There's like a watching station. So yeah, at this point, I'd like to roll an intelligence check. Vert believes now that they're moving the goalpost on him. There's no way he can go to the start like 6 times in a corn maze. So I'm gonna make a check.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Investigation.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a 17.
Okay. You stop. You take a minute and you like analyze the patterns of this maze. You can have advantage on your next check as you kind of like you realize they're not moving the goalpost on you, but you have been making some big mistakes, but you think you finally now have a grasp on how this place is laid out.
I think it helps that I can see my footprints like 7 times in a row on the same areas, and I'm like, just like folds his arms. He's like, okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so that is a 21.
You only needed a 15. Vert comes out 35 minutes
If I didn't
later.
have advantage, I would have failed again. Just saying. 'Cause I rolled an 11 for the other one.
Vert comes out after 35 minutes in the maze.
Yeah, he comes off. He's like, I must have been right behind you guys.
Ellen just like holds out the thing of popcorn for him. Like, you must be hungry.
I am actually.
Sure, you worked up an appetite in there. Just
He
hand it to him.
has no idea how fast everyone else got out, so he thought he must have been right on their trail, right? Like, it is a tough maze. It's really tough.
Wind ripples through the corn maze, and you just hear from every single ear of corn that is nearby you, "That's the slowest time we've seen so far."
And I just like pat Tim on the arm and say, "Glad you made it out. We were wondering if we had to go rescue you, but you did it.
I did.
Congratulations." Just pat.
Yep. Very proud of himself.
I think while we're waiting for him to come out, like in the 30 minutes it takes him to come out, can Embers and I have like done some trading at is there a trading booth nearby? Yeah. I just feel like, God, I'm so bored. Let's go see if we can trade. Okay, what do I have now?
What was my total time?
Your total time was 20 minutes. A whole 15 minutes faster than Vert. I mean, Tim.
You don't need to say it that way. All right.
2 natural ones in a row.
You
There
can't
was
spell.
also I was gonna say it was also a whole 15 minutes slower than these two.
Yeah, I know, right? You can't spell time without Tim.
And Tim likes to take his time.
Apparently he does.
All right. That's a 16 persuasion to trade my Raven statue.
Well, let me see what you're trading for. This person has like a bag of items, just because I want to shake up the things that you have. So this person has like a bag of items, and for each of you, they're going to trade a different thing.
Great.
What is this number?
It's like the Merchants Guild.
Can I trade them too in the trading?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you come out.
Yeah. It's an alabaster mask you're trading for.
Oh, I actually really quite like that. Yeah, so that was 6. Did I say 16?
Yeah.
16 persuasion. And Ellen comes up and basically holds up the statue and says, this comes all the way from across the sea, the Ayan Republic. They actually have an artisan who crafts each of these by hand. They're meant to be good luck charms, and I think it might be good at a festival like this to have a good luck charm like this in your pocket. What do you say?
This person, let's see, is kind of Again, it's like it's a merchant and traders guild member that is like dressed up as a person from Cultivation's altar. So they're wearing like the priestly robes. A good luck charm, you say? I suppose I can see the value in that. I mean, I'd much prefer the blessing of my divinity, but crows, they're a good sign. Or raven, rather, was it?
Ravens, yes.
They're a good sign for the harvest. So yes, I'll trade for you.
Great.
And yeah, this person will trade for the alabaster mask. And it's not like the masked lady's mask in that it's like kind of a half thing. It's more of like a full drama theater mask type thing.
Cool.
How did Art
Not
do?
Rolo.
You were trading for let me see what this number is, a small box filled with different sized buttons.
Oh, that's such a bummer. Yeah, no, I rolled like shit. I rolled a 7 on the die.
Yeah, this person just does not seem very interested in what you're trying to offer.
I mean, it's a blank book that you can't write on, so fair. It's a hard sell.
Yes, I have numerous books in my collection within the monastery, so I don't see any need for this one.
Ember's rolled a 10 on persuasion, which I think also fails. And
is it the same approach?
it's the same approach, but after it failed last time, it's like just as hammy, but also less confident.
The person kind of like leans in towards you and says, the guild has talked, and we're supposed to make people vary their approach. We've been told not to buy into this specific approach from you anymore at this point. You might want to vary it.
But it worked twice.
I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is.
Okay.
It's part of the game.
There.
Do I have time to do this too, or are they all doing this because they're waiting for me?
Do you guys want to give Tim time to do it?
I mean, if
Sure.
you wanted to stop by there when you come out, we'd be okay with
All
that.
right.
Too.
All right. I'll try and trade this fan. It's a 19. We're gonna do intimidation, and he just slams the fan on the table. Trade me.
Oh, goodness. The person just like throws what they are holding at you, and it is a shard of obsidian that always feels warm to the touch.
That.
Nice.
And he points at
It's
it,
yours.
and he just like narrows his eyes. Thank you. And he walks away.
Terrifying. Who was that?
Art sees this work and he's like, yes, I need to be more forceful. I see. I'll try that next time.
Tim's good at things, not mazes.
Not the maze.
And not horse races.
Not horse races.
Yeah, great. All right, on to the Miners Guild then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are speed running this festival, but I would mention probably around this time, like you've been walking around the town back and forth a little bit. It is probably getting to be like past noon, so you're probably starting to get like a little hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, should we get some lunch first then?
Yeah.
We can check in on Nora. Oh, that reminds me. Embers, Megan is here.
What?
I'm
no
so
one has
sorry.
told Ember.
Yep. I am so sorry. In the chaos of yesterday, I completely forgot. Yeah, she's staying with Nora, apparently.
Oh.
Came up for the festival.
Well, maybe we'll see her there.
Yeah, let's go check in and see if we can bump into her. Ellen just being like, oh yeah, that was the thing I was supposed to tell you. Two Noras.
Okay. Just give me a second to pull up my information on Megan. I've spelled Megan weird in my notes. I know I have, and I can't remember how I've spelled it weird.
Oh, I could tell you. I just pulled my notes about everyone.
It's Maegan.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Megan Brandyman. Thank you. Okay. You make your way over to Antoinette's Ale House, which is, again, busy in the rush hour of lunch, but you can see Tess is rushing around trying to get people their meals. Molo is trying to get people to take him up on frying whatever they offer him. Some kids seem to be making it a game of bringing him like stupid stuff that's not food, just like wood chips from the ground or whatever, and like getting him to deep fry them, and he is indulging them. And yeah, Nora and Dot, who is the beekeeper man, seem to be also busy kind of rushing around table to table. Make a perception check, whoever wants to, if you want to look for Megan.
Sure. Also, is Kashura working today, or did she no show again?
I'm going to roll for that, and we'll find out. Kashura does seem to be working today. She's, I think, probably posted up behind the bar. Like, she's not rushing around waiting tables, but she's, like, pouring drinks for people.
What kind of ability score is ethics, anyways? That'd be like charisma.
Oh, I just gave it a 50-50 chance.
Okay. It's an ethics score. Like, am I going to be to work today? Yeah.
No, I just figured there's like a 50% chance she's off slacking off.
Okay.
So
my perception was shit. Can I deep fry the blank book I got?
you want to go up to Molo and ask about it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he sees you coming and like his eyes go wide because you really impressed him with your dragonness. And he sees you and he goes, "Dragon, you came back!"
Yes, and I have something else for you to deep fry, and I hand him the blank book.
Yeah, he takes it and like flips through the pages a little bit. Well, there's nothing in here. Oh, the book itself. Okay. And he like kind of gnaws on the leather of it a little bit, and he kind of like weighs it in his hands, hefts it a little bit. Oh yeah, I can fry this. This will fry up real nice.
I knew you would. I knew you got
Yeah,
this.
he like puts it in a set of tongs and then just dips it into the fryer, and there's that sizzling sound. Yeah, and it comes out nice and deep fried. You have a deep fried book that can't
Hell
hold
yeah.
any text.
Perfect.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you so much, Molo.
No, that turned out so good. Just let me know how it tastes.
Will do.
So I got a 23. 23? 24 perception check.
Yeah, I mean, Megan, you spot her. She's actually one of the people dining here during this lunch hour. Yep.
Yeah.
It was a good hour to come here and look for someone.
Yeah, I'll point her out to Embers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll walk up to Megan.
Okay. I will remind you, partially for Gabbo's benefit, Megan is a halfling woman, not quite 3 feet tall. She's got like wavy sandy brown hair that's worn in kind of like a short bob type thing. These bright hazel eyes, and she wears like these sky blue robes that are kind of trimmed with gold. And Embers, she gave you her holy symbol, right?
Yeah, Embers is wearing those as like bracelets.
That's what I thought. So you see that she's got actually a new holy symbol. It's basically like a newer version of the same thing, which is just this pair of 2 golden circles, one within the other one, both kind of sporting numerous points. And she's wearing that around her neck. So it almost looks like a golden sun of thing.
Mind me, I would know her from my time in prison, right? Because she would also visit, or no?
No.
No. Okay.
However, did you roll a perception check?
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
Okay. Yeah, you don't recognize her, and you're busy with the whole book thing.
Yeah, fair.
But Embers, you go over there, you said?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to change the music. Oh, I was playing the wrong music this whole time, not the festival music. Oh, well, that's fine.
It was festival-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's peaceful.
The Ember song. Here we go. You go over there, and her eyes kind of light up as she sees you coming, and she waves.
Megan, it's good to see you.
Ah, Embers. Yeah, it's excellent to see you. Long time no see.
What brings you here?
And she kind of like holds up your letter.
Mhm.
You sent a letter?
Oh, right.
Gosh, what was
So
her
much has happened
accent?
since
Give me
I
a
sent that.
second. I have
Yeah.
to try to remember her accent. I think I was doing like a slight Irish thing with her. Okay,
Mhm.
I'll do my best to try and get back into that. A little bit Irish. Okay, here we go. Yeah, she holds up your letter. You sent a letter?
Oh, right. It was so long. So much has happened since I sent that.
Oh, has it now? I didn't. I guess if you're busy nowadays, I don't have to take up your time. I just.
No, it's
in
a
your
festival.
letter, you said I should come. So.
Yeah, it's a festival. My time is worthless today.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true.
Yeah. I'm racking my brains to try and remember what this letter said.
I can try and pull it up. You sent it to me at one point.
Mhm.
There's a lot to keep track of in this campaign.
I also think it would be funny if Embers just forgot.
No, I have a letter to Advocate to Seer. That's not the right letter. Hold on. I'm sure I have it in my notes, though. Okay. You invited Megan to come up here, saying you had a keep that you'd settled in. I think you also mentioned that there was a Church of Pelor here. And the other thing you mentioned was that you met the author of your martial arts training manual down in Erudition.
That's right.
Those are the bits of information that I have.
Yeah, I just found the letter myself. Yeah, boy,
I've got to be honest. I'm a little bit curious about the bit in your letter about meeting the author of your book.
oh, right, Miria. Yeah, she lives in a town in the Underdark, not too far from here, only about 4 or 5 days walk.
And you're certain that that's her name? That that's who you met?
I just spent a good month training with her.
Something happens with her eyes. Can you roll an insight check?
Mm-hmm.
Like her expression changes.
What is 11?
Yeah, you're not really sure how to read what's going on with her face, but she like closes her eyes and like kind of rubs her forehead a little bit.
Is that bad?
No. In fact, perhaps it's a very good thing. Miria. Oh, that was my mother's name. It's just, well, my grandfather, he told me that she was dead. Her and my father both.
Oh. If it's the same woman and not just an extremely strange coincidence, she's not dead.
Why would he have told me that she was dead, though? Why would Maramis have said that to me? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
And she's not here in town, but nearby, you said?
Right, it's about 4 or 5 days trip through the Underdark, the Shallow Dark they call it. It's a place called Erudition.
She kind of leans back in her seat. how easy would you say it is for one to make that trip? Is it something that an average person could do, or?
Oh yeah, it's getting easier all the time. They have caravans, trade caravans that run down there. I'm sure you could sign on with one of them if you wanted a little bit of company.
Yeah, she nods. I'm sorry, Embers. This is all just very strange for me. I was just running the church peacefully down in Port Horizon Shroud, and I get your letter and find out there's a possibility my mother's alive, and I come here. I just don't know what to think of any of it.
She's in good health. Like I said, I just spent a month training with her. She runs the school down there. Has Miria ever mentioned Megan?
No, which is an interesting thing. I'll remind you, let me find you a description of Miria so I can see. How do you spell Miria?
Miria.
All the Brandymans have M names? Is that the
They
theme?
Do.
Okay.
Yes.
Description that I have in my notes said halfling with long, wavy, sandy brown hair with patches of gray, bright hazel eyes, well-toned body.
Yep. That's what I've got here too.
Is there like a family resemblance that I can see?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's just my grandfather Maramus, he said that my father left. I'm trying to find my note about what she was told. Hold on. Should have prepared for this better. There we go. The spelling of Megan is messing me up. Maramus told me that my mother died when I was young, and that my father didn't want to raise me alone, and so that he left me in my grandfather's care. That's the story that I was raised believing my entire life, and now this. So, well, that kind of changes my feeling about this festival. The mood changes a little bit.
Why don't you and I and Elwyn get a drink? Your story sounds not too dissimilar from my friend Elwyn's, and I myself am an orphan. I think we could all relate a little bit.
I think I'd like that quite a lot. Yeah, and she kind of nods. You can see that she's just got a little bit like reeling, very confused, and kind of in her head at the moment. But yeah, she's very happy to like get a drink and kind of.
Yeah, and I'll motion Elwyn over.
Yeah.
Hello, Elwyn. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. I hope you're well.
It was a long journey up here, but I made it.
How long are you planning to stay? Hopefully, long enough to make the trip worth it.
Roll an insight check when you say that.
Yeah. Having not known anything about what has happened. Math. 17.
There's a like set of conflicting emotions that come across her face when you mention that. You remember that back in Port Horizon Shroud, there was a little bit of a sense of her, I don't want to say feeling like dissatisfied or unhappy with what she was doing there, but a little bit of a longing to maybe like go out and see some other places. So when you ask her that, there's like a look of, I don't know, like hope and excitement. Like she's like excited to be here. She's excited to be out of Port Horizon Shroud, and maybe she was
not going back.
Maybe she was not going back. But there's also like that weird look of like confusion and a little bit of
Yeah.
sadness and hurt that crosses her face as well. It's very mixed emotions.
Yeah, I'll say to Elwyn, you won't believe this, Elwyn, but Megan is here looking for her mother, who she thought was dead, but it turns out might be alive in Erudition. Strange, isn't it?
That is strange. And I think Ellen will just help herself to a seat at the table. She brought over a round of honeymead, so she like hands out the drinks and sits down. So, well, Erudition is easier to get to by the day, as I'm sure you've heard.
Yeah, Embers was just saying very much the same thing. I closed up my grandfather's church. Well, it didn't close it. I left in the hands of an acolyte or two. And I was hoping to come here to stay.
Have you had a chance to see Cultivation's altar yet?
She shakes her head. I haven't ventured too far from the tavern yet. I've been trying to catch up here and there with Nora, but I didn't mean to arrive with the festival. And it's been a lot, but
I see. Well, maybe once things settle down a bit, we'd love to take you over there, introduce you to the priests and stuff. I mean, you are a worshiper of Palor, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
yeah, she nods and kind of like holds her holy symbol. It's what my grandfather taught me, and it's all I know. So I would like that very much if you could at some point take me over there to meet with them.
Of course.
And I suppose if you know any traders who you could put me in contact with who might be organizing caravans down to this Erudition, that would be helpful as well.
We're on the council with Valerius Dwarf. We should be able to put in a word for you there.
She nods and gives... it seems like that kind of puts the confusion and the hurt and the sorrow aside for a moment, and she like gives you both a genuine smile and says, "It is really nice to be here with you. I hope you know that. When Nora left, I didn't have a lot of friends back in Port Horizon Shroud anymore, and things were getting a little bit tense there anyways, with troubles brewing between the Empire and the Republic to the south, so it's a good time to leave town, I think."
Have we heard anything about that?
I think you'd heard over the radio about...
Okay. I didn't remember how much
The
we'd
ship
heard
that
about.
sank.
Yeah, there was... You heard about a ship that was sunk.
Right.
Hmm.
Well, there's always a place for you here.
Yeah. I'm afraid we might be on our way out, not before too long, so I don't think we can accompany you to Erudition if that's where you're headed next, but...
Ethan, above table, remind me, Shava is still in town, right? She didn't go home yet? Yeah, okay,
She
so...
should still be
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, so...
In
Ellen
fact, she's staying at the inn.
cut off after in, but she should be here right this minute, eating lunch or sleeping through the day, perhaps. Nope, still don't hear you. Nope.
Hello?
Yeah.
There we are. I just had to reset my microphone 3 times. She is, in fact, here. She's staying at one of the underground rooms in the what used to be the anthill.
So I think Ellen will, at that point, look at Ambrose and say, "Oh, well, maybe she can go back with Shava."
Oh, that's a good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long Shava's planning to stay, but she's from Erudition, so she can head back with her.
Now that's perfect. Thank you very much. Yes,
she's-
if you could introduce me, that'd be fantastic.
She's in a very high position. She knows everyone. She'd be able to make the right introductions too. Let me see if she's around.
Yeah. Do you want to roll a perception check for Shava?
Yeah, I do. I always get perception and persuasion mixed up when I look at my scores.
Mm-hmm.
Like it always happens. That is a 19.
You look around and you don't see any sign of her. And it does occur to you that she's probably not going to be out until the evening.
Yeah.
So she's probably down in her
thought as
rooms.
much.
Yeah.
I thought as much. Then I think I'll excuse myself from the table and I'll go like leave a note with Nora.
Okay.
Say like, hey, when Shava wakes up, can you give her this from me?
Yeah, she takes the note and she's happy to pass it on. The rest of you, as all of this is happening, another one of those amateur bard contest sessions begins to kick off.
We don't have to like play like role play this out, but I think while Embers and Elwyn were away, Art uses this moment to like talk to Tim. And the reason I say we don't have to like replay it is because like, you know, it's kind of the same thing that he talked about with Grant, but less interviewee and more like just like, hey, I heard that, you know, you were from here. I played a part in this, and I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I think Tim would probably be like, I spoke with Grant and heard about your interview, and you know, like we talked and we're good type of like, you know, vibe for Art.
Okay, when he says that, are you willing to like share a beer or something and like, as in have a beer together, not share one beer.
Well,
you know what I mean.
Just 2 straws.
Yeah, I'll share. Let's see. Let me roll let's see.
What do you roll for ethics?
Well, I would have rolled a 24 on persuasion to share a beer with you. No, we can
a beer.
No, we can have 2 drinks. Apparently, I can roll really well and stuff like that. Not survival though.
No.
Is the bard competition open mic?
So as you watch it get underway, there are actually all manner of different performances being made. It's not just singing, though many of them are. Some people get up and perform like a dance. Some people get up and perform like one person gets up and performs like sleight of hand magic tricks.
Oh my god.
So there's all kinds of different performances that are actually being made. Though, like I said, most of them are like people like taking the microphone and singing a song. Yep.
Embers is going to go up there and get in line.
Okay. Do any of the rest of you want to get in line as well?
I think Ellen will as well.
I think Art will sit this one out with his new bud.
Like Ellen has like one honeybee down, and she's like, "Yeah, I can do this." She gets in line.
Okay, so the way that this works is you're going to make a performance check, but you can use a stat other than charisma for your performance check, depending on what type of performance you're trying to put on.
Okay.
So it could just, if you're not proficient in performance, it'll just be whatever stat. But if you are proficient in performance, you get to add that proficiency.
Cool.
Let's see. And then the performances seem to be being ranked by audience response, and basically whatever your check result is, that will tell us how the audience responds to your performance.
Okay. When it's Embers' turn to perform, you said that there's like a microphone. Is this like a thimblefoot contraption? Is it like an actual microphone? Like,
yep. It's like a wired microphone hooked up to basically like a
voice.
speaker amplification thing. Yep.
Yeah. So Embers gets up and takes the microphone and says, "This goes out to a special someone at the ale house. You know who you are." And sings what she really hopes is a sultry love song.
You can see Kashura just like crossing her arms and leaning back against a like supporting post in the ale house, just like watching you, and we'll see how this goes.
Oh my god.
It's a 1.
A 1.
Not now.
So like
Not
a
a
3
natural
minus 2.
Yeah, 3 minus 2.
Okay. Okay,
This,
tell me.
this is
so,
some real like cat on the back alley fence at night singing.
the other direction I was thinking this could go, and you can.
Oh yeah. No, pitch me your version. Once you unfreeze.
We'll wait. This is a great face that he froze on, though.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like, what am I listening to when Embers is singing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Not quite.
Hello.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Hi.
Man, the weird thing is, you guys never froze for me.
So you heard us
what's your
shit-talking.
idea?
Yep. My idea is you said that so this is based on audience response, right? And that's what the check result is representing. You were trying to go for like a sultry love song. My idea is like, what if it was just like a little too.
Oh yeah, that'd be really funny too. Yeah, I like that.
And the audience is just like, we don't know what to do with this at all.
I have a question. Since Tim and I are in the audience, can we just like start like boisterously like cheering like yeah, Embers! Maybe like even like banging on the table a little bit to like make it louder. I don't know.
Yeah, you can do that. Does Tim join in?
Is that appropriate for what we're hearing?
No, not in the slightest.
That's why I'm like,
Not according to the entire rest of the audience, who are just like jaws on the ground, like plugging their ears. Yeah.
I think Tim probably is like,
funny.
It's like, oh, so I stop. And I'm like, oh, okay, sorry.
And Nora kind of like comes up and takes the microphone. Okay, so next we'll be seeing a performance from Lady Elwyn Amelos. Let's see what she has for us.
Oh boy. I had like 4 different ideas, and I thought I would pick one by the time I get up on stage. And yeah, I think that she's going to do a snow sculpture.
Okay. I guess you could use like your wisdom for that, since that's your
Yeah.
spellcasting stat.
And I'm just using like shape water basically to make like a beautiful sculpture, and I will make it of let's see, is there a picture? This is called Antoinette's Ale House. Is there a picture of Antoinette on the front, like in the sign, or is it?
I think I said that yes, there's a picture of an ant with like a crown on its head on the sign for the.
So I'll just make a snow sculpture of Antoinette in all her glory. And you said it's wisdom.
Mhm.
I don't have proficiency in performance, so it's just
your wisdom modifier.
okay. Oh no, that's a 9.
9.
Oh,
Well,
scary.
It's better than a 1.
That's true.
It's a little bit too anatomically correct.
Anatomically correct.
And some people in the audience are like, we all have collective trauma from those ants.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably true.
But you do get a few rounds of like polite applause for, just like the detail of the statue.
Mm-hmm.
And Art once again not reading the room, being super loud, like what? That's amazing.
I think Vert needs to also attempt this, just to kind of bring the Seekers back up to a better standing.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I don't know what I would do.
You ready for your third nat one of the night? Here we go.
Oh god. All right.
You've just manifested that.
Well, do I get advantage from actor? Because it does give me advantage on performance checks.
If you're trying to imitate someone.
Is there any clarification to those performance checks, or is it just any performance check?
While you're disguised as a real or fictional person, you have advantage on charisma checks to convince. Yeah, okay, so
to convince.
Yeah, so
Vince,
maybe
yeah,
not.
don't stop reading.
I'm gonna say no. I'm
Convince
gonna
others
say
that you're that
no.
person. Well, what if I
What if you use your intelligence? though?
wait? What if I do? If my performance is to impersonate like Nora or something as like
You
a
want to
like
go
a
up there and
comedy
do
thing?
like impressions?
Yeah, I do impressions.
I'd allow that. Sure.
Okay, all right, let's do that.
So before you do that, well, maybe this is moot, but the new, I don't know if you're reading the old rules for actor or the new rules for actor.
I'm reading what's on my character sheet.
I
so it's
assume
the
you've
old
got
ones.
the
Oh, no,
old
it says
ones.
PHP 2024.
Okay. Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So I rolled a 17 and a 19, and I have a +4, and I can add another +4 using Flash of Genius if I want to.
Do you
But
want
I'm gonna stick with the 23.
23. So are you going for like a comedy routine?
Yeah, it's gonna be comedy.
Doing impressions of just like various people from around town?
Yeah, like kind of like the like familiar faces. Like I'll
Mhm.
like like Cherry Cheeks and like the people that like you when you pass by certain areas, you like know like the head of a certain group. So it could be like Nora and Cherry Cheeks and like maybe like Lolly and like just for like a fun comedy thing.
Has the entire room just in
I
stitches.
love that.
Yeah, by the end of it, the entire group of like locals who are here getting lunch right now is just like doubled over in their seats, laughing, spilling their beer all over the place. Everyone is having a good time, and there's when you step off the stage, it's just a big round of applause.
Now, Art, now!
Yeah, no, he was already cheering. He was like laughing. No, well, he is definitely one of the people guilty of like spilling beer a little bit as he
He
laughed.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yep, and he'll take a couple bows and then he'll find his way back to the table.
Amazing.
All right. There you go. We did it.
Incredible.
Amber doesn't care. She was performing for an audience of one.
And actually,
Yeah, how did
in
she
fact,
like that?
does Embers go up to Kashura after that?
No, she's too
No.
embarrassed.
Okay. Do you look over to see like her
Yeah.
reaction at all?
hmm
Would Kashura react to that? I think when you look over to her, she's got like one eyebrow raised,
hmm
and she's just like holding your gaze, and then she just kind of like gives you like a wink, and then just kind of like a big smile, and goes back to her bartending duties.
Gotcha.
I thought you were going to say she goes back to her bedroom.
Roll an ethics check.
Yeah, definitely
She
use that
goes
ability score.
back to her bedroom.
Yeah.
No, they've agreed to take things a little bit slow
Yeah.
right now. So, she gives you a wink and a big smile, and then goes back to doing her bartending. Yep. But it looks like what I'm trying to say is it looks like that sat very well with her.
Great.
She enjoyed it immensely. Great. So, with that, I think, actually, I'm looking at the time. I think that might be a good place for us to end tonight's episode. Kind of halfway through the final day of the festival.
Sounds
Yeah, I
good.
think we've done pretty much all the things I can think of.
Yeah, just have the Miners Guild left, I think.
Oh yeah, we didn't go to the Miners Guild. That's
We
true.
were sidetracked.
Mhm.
Ethan's frozen again.
At the end. Hello? Right at the end.
Yep,
That
yep.
was
Right at the end.
terrible.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah, you've just got the Miners Guild, and then there'll be like some closing ceremonies. Yeah, so there's a little bit left to this festival, and then we'll see what's next for the Silver Seekers. But in the meantime, thank you all for playing. Thank you to everyone who came to watch, and we'll be back with more of this Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.